The original melanated people of this planet, who were once the perfect picture of health, are now leading in nearly every preventable disease globally. Our indigenous foods and cultural practices kept us 95% disease-free. Over time, as we adopted a foreign dietary lifestyle, our physical and mental health severely declined. I gathered over 15 years of experience as a registered nurse and African holistic practitioner to address this complex challenge in my new book, High Vibration Nutrition. This is a simple guide to healing through our culture and flourishing in wellness once again. Get the High Vibration Nutrition book by Banasset Khan Seknet at Amazon. Also, get limited edition autographed copies of the book at kemeticwellness.com. Peace, Chem family. It's me, Banasset, your African holistic health nurse for Kemetic Wellness, and I'm back with another video. Today's discussion is your body is screaming for help, but are you even listening? If you're new here, my name is Banasset. I am a licensed registered nurse and energy healer. I focus on generational healing through African holistic health because your healing is in your culture. At Kemetic Wellness, we heal ourselves using language, energy medicine, nutrition, and sacred movement. So if any of that resonates with you, please keep watching. So let's talk about it. Your body is screaming for help, but are you even listening? As a registered nurse, every day I take care of people who are admitted to the hospital because they've had some sort of health crisis. So a health crisis occurs either because there was an accident or you had a condition where your body has been trying to speak to you over and over and over and over again, and you've been ignoring it. You've been ignoring it, and the way life works is that we all get signs and symptoms long before the huge crisis ever happens. So life will first speak to you in a whisper. And if you don't listen to the whisper, then you get a thump upside the head. And that's your body saying to you, hey, I'm talking to you, pay attention. And if you don't listen to that, you get a brick wall in front of you. That is your body saying, stop. Look, stop right here. And if you still ignore all of those communications that your body has given to you, that's when the wall comes crashing down. And that's what I call the health crisis. You see, there are too many people who have a health crisis, and they love to say, I was just fine yesterday. This happened out of nowhere. I was perfectly healthy, and then I just caught cancer. Okay. I was perfectly healthy, and now I lost all of my mobility. I was perfectly fine, and now I'm getting part of my colon cut out because it doesn't work anymore. Long before you got to that point, your body gave you plenty of signs and you ignored all of them. Okay. There's no such thing as a health crisis that comes from a chronic degenerative disease that just happens out of nowhere. Okay. There's no such thing as you were walking around fine yesterday and all of a sudden your muscles and bones have given out on you and you're debilitated, unless you had an accident. They've been deteriorating for years and you've been ignoring it. The only way a major health crisis happens overnight is if you had an accident or somebody intentionally harmed you. And those are unusual circumstances. Most people who have a health crisis have been working on their sickness for a long time. The same way people actively work on their health, okay? You are actively working on becoming sick. Please don't think that because you're not working on your health that you're not working on something. Okay? If you are not working on your health, then you are working on becoming sick. And everybody working gets paid. Okay? The health crisis is your payment for the years that you've been working on becoming sick. So even with accidents, most people who have accidents are in poor health to begin with. Okay? People who have accidents where they fall and they break their bones, or they fall and strain a muscle, things like that. Those are people who are usually obese, so they easily fall and injure themselves. These are people who are on drugs and alcohol, so again, they fall and easily injure themselves, or they have other pre-existing problems like arthritis, so they can easily break a bone or sustain a really serious injury. Like I said, these health crises do not happen out of nowhere. I have patients who are in the worst abdominal pain, and you ask them, when is the last time you had a bowel movement? And they'll tell you 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. So you didn't know that you weren't supposed to go 3 weeks without having a bowel movement. You didn't know that. You didn't know. You didn't know that it's supposed to be a 1 in and 1 out formula. 1 meal in and 1 movement out. Okay? You are not supposed to eat 3 meals a day and poop once a week. So since you didn't know, let me tell you. Okay? These are the same people who will say, oh, well, I never really had regular bowel movements throughout my life. You know, it's always been like this, even since I was a kid. That means that you are chronically constipated because you don't eat proper food. You eat trash. Okay, that's what it means. And those are the whispers that your body was speaking to you. Those are the little taps that you got on your shoulder that your body was speaking to you, saying, hey, you may need to make some changes here. But no, you don't make changes when you go 1 week and only have 1 bowel movement, even though you've been eating 3 solid meals a day plus snacks. You wait until your problem is so bad and you are so impacted that somebody has to put gloves on their hands and use their fingers to go in and dig the poop out of your behind and perform poop surgery on you for you to realize that you had a problem. Okay? Instead of listening to those whispers that your body was telling you, you wait until you're in so much pain, talking about, I don't know why my stomach is hurting so bad. I don't know. Yeah, you didn't know you weren't supposed to hold poop in your body for 3 weeks at a time. Okay? You see, because your body's been talking to you for weeks. And in fact, it's been screaming at you, but you are not listening. Okay? You've been ignoring it. So now you have to take laxative upon laxative upon laxative, and you're pooping all over the hospital bed and all over the hospital floor, talking about it's so embarrassing. Yeah, it's embarrassing. But before you got to this point, your body was telling you that you had a problem and you ignored it. That's why you're here. Your body is screaming at you, but you are not listening. So now you have to get an enema, right? You have to get a whole bag of fluid dripped inside of you, which is actually, it's not a bad thing. It's a normal thing to do for detoxification, but you can do this for yourself at home. These are things that you should be doing when you start to get those messages that you have a problem, but you don't do things like that. Okay? You don't take proper care of yourself. That is something that you should have done yourself at home when a couple of days passed and you didn't have a bowel movement, but you didn't do that because your body has been screaming at you and you are ignoring it. So now you're in the hospital and you have an NG tube down your nose and into your belly to suction out your stomach because the doctors are trying to figure out what's causing your stomach pain. They have to force you to give your stomach a rest. So now you are NPO, which means nothing by mouth. Okay, NPO. Nothing by mouth. So basically the doctors are telling you that you can't eat anything. You can only get IV fluids and you act like you're dying because you can't eat right now. Well, your body has been telling you to stop eating for a while and you've been ignoring it. You didn't know that you could have stopped eating on your own, huh? You didn't know. You didn't know you could have given your stomach a rest on your own. It's called a fast. Yeah, it's called a fast. You can actually fast on your own. Did you know that's a thing? Yeah. Fasting and detoxing is a part of proper self-care, but you didn't know because your body has been screaming at you for a long time and you've been ignoring it. So now you're in a health crisis and you're being forced to fast. You're being forced to fast with a tube down your nose, with IV fluids going through your arm, with constant nausea and vomiting, because your body is literally trying to purge itself, it's trying to detox itself. It's trying to get rid of the toxins that you have from overeating and from eating all the wrong foods consistently. You could have done all of that on your own without the pain, but you didn't because your body has been screaming at you and you've been ignoring it. You've been having stomach aches for a while, okay? You've been having gastric reflux. Do you know what gastric reflux is? It means your body is rejecting the food that you're eating. Your body is saying, I don't like this. It doesn't make me feel good. It's screaming at you, and it's been screaming at you for a while, but you are not listening. Some of you have been having pains in your knee for a while, but you refuse to get active and you refuse to stop eating those foods that are making your bones brittle. And you refuse to exercise your body so you can have proper circulation to your joints. Your body has been screaming at you and you are not listening. You would rather let them cut your knee out and put in a fake one, talking about knee replacement. A knee replacement. Go and take care of yourself and give your body the nutrients that it needs and the mobility that it needs to function properly. That's what you need. But no, you are so lazy that you would rather let them cut your whole knee out and give you a knee replacement. Who told you that you could replace a knee? Who told you that? Who told you that you could replace a shoulder or your hip or your spine? You let somebody in a white coat convince you to cut out a part of your body that you were divinely given so that they could put in a fake one instead of learning how to eat right. Some of you are not only lazy, but you are deaf, dumb, and blind to let somebody convince you to do these surgeries. These are issues that can be improved with a proper diet and better mobility and exercise. But you are lazy. You are lazy and self-destructive to allow someone to butcher you because you don't want to eat fruits and greens. That is absolutely insane. You can't do nothing with that new knee. You can't do nothing with that new knee. These types of surgeries should be limited to people who have freak accidents or rare conditions, but you didn't have an accident. You are all of 50 years old getting all the joints in your spine fused together because you didn't take good care of yourself. There's 90-year-old people who are more mobile than you, and you're 40 and 50 years old. That's pathetic. That's absolutely pathetic. And your body has been screaming at you for a long time, and you are not listening. Let me tell you something that nobody else is going to tell you. Virtually every single chronic condition that's out there can be healed by simply changing your nutrition and changing your lifestyle. Every single one. Okay? Your doctor is not going to tell you that. If you are not born with a condition and it is acquired, you acquired it because of poor nutrition and a poor lifestyle. That's the truth. Okay? Medication and surgeries don't fix that. And I'm saying this to you, and I know that it sounds very harsh in the way that I'm saying it. Okay? But I'm saying this to you because most of you are making yourself available to be victims of medical malpractice and to be guinea pigs because you refuse to listen to what your body is telling you. Your body is screaming at you, but you are not listening. And these people in white coats do not care about you. Okay, you are a dollar sign to them. And a lot of you are getting unnecessary surgeries, and nobody is telling you how often these surgeries go wrong. Nobody's telling you that. Nobody is telling you how often these surgical sites become infected. Nobody is telling you how many people lose their lives or almost lose their lives because of these surgeries that could have been prevented if you had simply listened to your body and taken better care of yourself. Nobody's going to tell you that, so let me tell you. Because medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in this country. Only behind cancer and heart disease. The third. So you can think it's a joke if you want to when I tell you that you're setting yourself up to be somebody's guinea pig. Okay, nobody's going to tell you, so let me tell you. Those same people in white coats who are advising you to take pharmaceuticals that don't solve your problem, and those same people in white coats who are volunteering to cut you open and butcher you, they don't give a damn about you. That is your job. It's your job to care about you. And if you refuse to care, don't expect anybody else to care for you because they don't. Your body is speaking to you, but are you listening? And some of you are the same people that when a clinician like me tells you the truth, you get angry. You get angry. Talking about, oh, they blaming me. They blaming me. They trying to say I caused my issue. You have a lack of accountability, and that's why you have your problem. Okay? You want to be a victim so bad. Every signal that your body is giving you, you just ignore it so you can wallow in your own illness and make somebody else responsible for taking care of you because you refuse to take care of yourself. Just the other day, there was a viral story on TikTok about this 500-pound woman. Okay, she filmed an incident where she ordered a Lyft, right? A Lyft driver. And when the driver showed up and took a good look at her, he told her that he couldn't take her because she did not fit into the car. Now, this man was not being disrespectful. He was not being disrespectful. He actually was very kind and he was very respectful to her. He offered to refund the money and he told her she had to get a bigger car, an XL. But instead of just ordering the bigger car and letting that be a light bulb moment to her that she needed to make some changes in her life, do you know what this big hippopotamus decided to do? She went and complained to the company and got the man fired from his job. She got him fired, which I don't think that he should have been fired. And judging by the comments on these videos, it doesn't seem like anybody really agreed that he should have been fired. Okay, so when the video went viral and everyone dragged her, she decided that she didn't want to hear what anybody said. Not only was she unapologetic about the fact that she got this man fired, she took it a step further and decided to sue the company. Now, that's what a complete lack of accountability looks like. She wanted to be a victim so bad that she not only got this man fired from his job that feeds himself and probably his family, but she took it a step further to go and sue the company. You're going to sue a company because you're too big to fit in a car? That's what it looks like when your body is screaming at you and you are ignoring it because you think everybody else is to blame for your problem. These are the type of people who get these messages from their body all the time and ignore them. And then when they go into the hospital, they expect for you to wait on them hand and foot. The same people who've never taken any care of their body want you to take care of them like prince and princess. Okay? That is the type of person who will never go anywhere in life because they're always looking for someone else to blame for their problems instead of looking at themselves. Your health and your quality of life is your responsibility. And if you refuse to take accountability for your own health, then you deserve to experience the consequences of the life that you are creating for yourself. Everyone does, okay? Everybody working gets paid. So if you are working on creating a healthy body for yourself, you will be paid in health. And if you are working on creating a life of dis-ease for yourself by chronic smoking, drinking, couch potato lifestyle, and eating gas station food most days of the week, well, guess what? You will be well compensated for your work with dis-ease. Okay? Everybody working gets paid. People think it's difficult. It's too difficult to take care of yourself, but it's equally as hard to be so huge that you are left out in the cold in the middle of winter because you can't fit into a car. That's equally as hard. It's equally difficult to not have mobility and to feel like garbage every day. That is equally as hard. It's equally hard to suffer with depression and mental illness because you don't eat properly, to have your skin breaking out in psoriasis and acne and hives because you don't eat properly. Okay? You have to pick your hard. If you do what's easy, your life will be hard. And if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. Yes, it is difficult going to the gym. Yeah, those workouts are tough. And it is difficult to bypass that tasty looking food, that fast food that you see, and instead head to the market to purchase produce and prepare your food at home. It takes a little bit more effort and a little bit more time. But you know what? I would rather pick that hard instead of being sick in a hospital bed any day. But that's just me. Okay. Now, if this video is describing you and you are offended, do not get in my comment section typing your long emotional messages, because I do not care, and it's not going to make what I said any less true. A lot of people want others to say things just nice enough for you to ignore them. I said what needed to be said. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Because there's a solution. There's always a solution. And I'm never going to talk about a problem without offering you a solution. So here's the solution. Detox yourself. Detox yourself. That's the solution. And that is the name of the nutrition class that I am teaching on February 17th. And because I'm such a sweetheart, I'm going to leave the link for the class in the description of this video and pin it to the comments section. Okay, if you're watching the live right now, and come back in a few minutes and it'll be up. Okay, that is all for this video. Join the discussion below in the comments section, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.